Written notes? Printed notes?
Typed up, yeah. I mean, I usually don't need them, but I need them
so
for
This guy.
basis. I know!
I
Tool
think it makes
assisted
sense.
Being
speed.
prepared.
Makes sense, dude.
Okay, I think people will like the audio balance better, so do you have the timer ready?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yeah.
So this game introduces Avatar, if you can explain that really quickly.
Yeah, so you get a customizable unit that's supposed to be you, representing you. That's thrown in the middle of the conflict of FE12. And you get to pick a couple of his stat focuses. They're like kind of like the Banes and Boons of, I think Awakening and Fate both have them. And his base growths and base stats are pretty good overall. So he's a good unit no matter what, but Kirby needs to optimize them. I think you mostly focus on like defense, strength, and speed, right?
Yes, +2 base defense and some extra growths in skill speed and strength.
Yeah, you don't really get to like pick one stat over the other. It's like a series of choices. And then you get a prologue that wasn't in the original, but it is in this remake. It's like 8 chapters, 8 smallish maps, and that mostly serve the purpose of raising the Avatar. I think you call him Chris in this one, which is his default name, and the way most people refer to him. I think on stream you mostly call him Naboo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with that.
There's never anything wrong with Naboo. You can pick multiple classes for him. You can pick male or female first of all, and they have access to different class sets. And then later in the game, you can reclass within those class sets. And in prologue, you have to use one class all the way through. And I think the best ones are like Cavalier because it has most move, and Fighter might also be pretty good, but it's a foot unit. I think female has access to Pegasus Knight, which was also pretty nice, but male is better overall.
A Cavalier, MU actually got 2 points of strength and speed immediately, which is really useful because it lets him double and 2-hit KO pretty much everything in the first few chapters of the prologue. It's not completely necessary, but it's nice. It saves a bit.
Yeah, so this run is not entirely manipulated like the GBA runs. It's actually like on the fly, right?
Yeah, like there is no manipulation at all in this run.
You could RNG manipulate with the clock in Shadow Dragon, right?
Shadow Dragon, yes. This game, no. RNG works differently in this game, to my understanding.
So these are like a bunch of late mode sized maps, so they're not all that big. But you can die if you like really carelessly place Riz with someone. I think the most important character by far is the Avatar, and everyone else is kind of secondary. I guess Sida's pretty good.
Generally speaking, the most important stats are, as usual, strength, speed, and actually defense is really important too, just for survivability. Because it's not manipulated again, so you want as much defense as possible to guarantee survival. And some chapters can be pretty scary, even though this is on normal difficulty.
Yeah, it's mostly route chapters, right?
Every chapter is a siege chapter, but some of the gaiden chapters are routes.
Oh, I meant the prologue chapter, sorry.
Oh yeah, the prologue chapters are majority routes.
Yeah.
So your choices for these dialogues actually matter and change the chapter layouts a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, how was your day? Bad or good? Oh, it's bad, you get Ogma, then it's kind of like that.
Yeah. So like if I picked the yes in that option, then I would actually face like an extra mage on this chapter, which wastes time. So I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 different of these chapters, and they even determine what kind of recruitable units you get. I think it's between like Drog and Ogma, and then the last one is like Est and Kane, and then there's one that's like Athena and Gordon. You face George, but then you get Gordon or something. It's pretty stupid.
Alright, so
You just miss Ogma.
I killed Ogma, yeah. Alright, so should I get the headband for my unit? Because there are some dialogues in this game. Yes? Yes? Headband? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I like headband. I don't like shaving though.
Shaving?
Don't shave. Please don't shave.
Alright, this chapter is kind of like a nice test of, is your my unit good or not? Or is he just gonna miss? Because like, if your offensive stats are like above average, then you will just slaughter everything in the first turn. Unfortunately, I missed the first night. But otherwise my stats are actually pretty solid.
How'd you miss the knight? This game also has 2 RN, so it's pretty unlucky.
Yeah, well that's because accuracy is calculated differently in this game. In a lot of Fire Emblem games, each point of skill and speed is like +2 avoid/hit, but in this game it's only +1. So like extra skill and speed doesn't increase your accuracy or hit rate, dodge as much as other Fire Emblems. Which is why dodge tanking is not reliable in this game.
Thankfully, Avatar's pretty good defense.
Yeah, this avatar's turning out pretty solid, so... Alright, so we're actually gonna be doing more than just attacking, killing everything with Avatar in this chapter.
You just have to. In case you couldn't tell, this game is really hard to keep up with because you can skip enemy phase.
Yeah.
And you can skip like individual combat animation stuff. It's really fast. It's very different from most other Fire Emblem games. I think Kirby said he would slow down a little to make keeping track easier at some points.
I sometimes forget that.
Excuse me, sir. Slow.
Slow down.
You're going too fast, sir.
Gotta go fast.
But yeah, this is a route chapter, so we're spreading out some of my better units to take out some enemies. And if you don't plan this out carefully, MU can actually your avatar can have a chance of dying because this mate Katarina, who used to be your friend and betrays you, she does a lot of damage to him because what is a resistance stat?
Yeah, this chapter's pretty hard on like playing casually or especially higher difficulties. It's like a defense chapter disguised as a route chapter.
Alright, so Sissel is asking me if I want to take off this headband. I'm gonna keep it. This headband's too awesome.
I really like it actually.
I like it.
I don't really like the customizable avatar concept overall, but you know, if you're gonna have one, you might as well have a cool looking.
I like the head concepts personally, but it's kind of whatever. Okay, so this is where the real game begins. We're done with the prologue
part that
chapters.
wasn't the original yet. And now everything is C's except for the guided chapters, which sure I'll go into because
Yeah, Marth is in this game. We can actually control Marth now.
Is Roy in this game?
Is Roy in this game?
But I like I.
So forging in this game is kind of interesting. If you could explain that really quickly.
Yeah, in this game you can forge weapons, which means you bring it to the armor and you say, hey, I want this weapon to be better, so you can add might, hits, and crit onto it. Each of those costs money. I think you can also reduce it at the money cost. I'm not sure, it doesn't really matter. So you can make weapons more awesome, but it costs quite a bit of gold. You do get quite a bit of gold in this game overall, especially if you're playing casually, but there's also always a good way to use it. So managing your gold is a pretty important part of this game. I don't know how much it matters in the speedrun.
Very tight. You end up with like 100 gold in the end.
Sick.
Yeah, I planned it out
yeah.
carefully to work that out.
I remember you were like, man, if only there was 100 gold I could spend, and I could just perfectly route my money.
Yeah. So
You also
Aaron...
get a-
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What are we Canadian? Okay, so Aaron is like the Jagan character of this game. He's like December Marcus or whatever, FE6 Marcus. He's like the guy that's supposed to fall off later in the game. He actually does fall off. He's quite a bit worse later on, but early on he can be pretty useful because he has high movement and he can reclass into like different promoted classes.
It's kind of funny because like the game, like there are like 3 conversations or 3 or 4 conversations early in the game that basically say Aaron's kind of old, he's washed up, so you're better off leveling up other characters because he's not going to grow much. And like his growths are actually legit really bad. So
Oh man, you just killed Lorenz.
yeah, I killed Lorenz. Poor Lorenz.
I love it when these games actually give real, meaningful reasons why this character is so bad. So let's try to make an entire playthrough based on it. Let's do it.
Sick.
I can turn up mecha a bit if people want to, because the audio bounces through my end.
Oh, MLO.
If you could actually lower the game volume, that might actually help more.
Okay, that should be better.
I mean, I have a cold, so it's also not very easy for me to talk loud.
Oh, didn't know that actually. My bad.
How?
It's fine.
Yeah.
As long as people listen to me, that's all I care about.
If I get sick, I'll know who to blame.
I could up the Discord audio a
This
bit
chapter's
more.
pretty annoying because, you know, Martha sees, but he has to go through a bunch of forests or walk all the way around, and forests introduce movement penalties, so everyone moves kind of slowly. It also really affects your Cavalier avatar unit, so that's why you gotta take the pathways.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have a bunch of units, but like most of them don't matter. I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
think it
we
makes
don't
sense.
use most of them. So MU Avatar, I haven't really paid attention to Avatar stats, but they're pretty solid right now. Like what, 16 strength, 17 speed, 12 defense, it's all very good. I actually have a backup file because the prologue level ups are kind of determinant of how well your avatar is going to turn out, and in this run, if my avatar got bad level ups, then I will use that backup file.
I think in the original boss of this chapter, the Dragon Knight actually moves, but it doesn't in a remake, apparently.
Really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I never actually played the original. I need to get around to doing that. I actually just played this game for the first time like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I saw you play it on stream too.
And I'm like,
it's
oh,
kind
this
of amazing how you can learn a speedrun for it.
And I'm like, oh, this game's awesome. Let's learn the speedrun for it. Start routing it.
You need to train Marth as well, right?
Leave it alone, can you?
Alright, so this chapter is kind of interesting. The game actually gives you an option to either plow through the middle and use a bridge key, which is way faster than walking around this massive map. But you have to deal with a lot of enemies. But because Avatar is so OP right now, we're just going to take the shortcut.
Yeah, bridge key. I wonder what that's going to be used for.
Yeah.
If you say a door, I'm gonna punch you.
Ala's like a top 5 unit in the series.
Oh, we just killed someone, by the way. I don't even remember his name. Lena's brother.
Generic is his name.
Okay.
Lena's brother.
So we got Pala, who is actually a really useful unit. She has pretty solid offensive growth. She starts as a flyer, which is also really useful. And she's pretty much going to be like the supporting character. Her growth rates are actually going to be kind of important. You know, it's hard to run. Not as important as MU, but as Avatar, but still significant enough to matter.
Does Marth need to be good?
Yes, he does.
I think Marth is pretty decent at this game. He actually has like a higher base level than 1, unlike most lords.
Ooh, that sucks.
A good Lord unit? I don't believe you.
I need to start that over. That is extremely rare to happen. I've seen it happen once. Pala dying.
Yeah, but like, did she get hit by things she wasn't supposed to be hit by or something?
I think she just got 2 hits way too many times by the paladins, cavaliers near her, and I wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah,
so that's kind of my
fault.
fault.
Isn't really reliable in that part, I don't believe. It's like they probably have like 60 hit at least, maybe even more. That sounds pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean I could have healed her earlier, so that is also something I could have worked around.
Okay,
but oh well.
I mean, I guess that's the benefit of playing this game over like GBA Fire Emblem games, is that restarting don't take as much time, because every single chapter is a bit faster. You can skip so many things.
It's okay. We're slightly ahead of schedule, all things considered,
Yeah.
which is great. Because you know, this was planning for Kirby's eventual screw-ups.
Pretty much. I'm gonna sneak heal her again just to be safe. You want to kill? Oh, did she kill that Drake Knight? Oh, she didn't.
AI for the Drake Knights is kind of weird in this game. I don't believe they all move the same way you would expect like a GBA enemy to. They will play in like groups, or sometimes they don't move at all. It's kind of weird. I mean, I'm sure you know what causes them to move. But
like they start moving when you attack them, I think. That's what it seems like. But you want to kill one of them because one of them carries the Silver Lance, which is important.
Yeah. In the original, there's like an armory, and one of the villagers is like, I think the armory is conspiring with the enemy, and then if you visit the armory, the Drake Knights start moving. It's pretty funny.
I think I need to... Oh, crap. This is actually a relatively new change I need to make, so I just need to make sure this is all correct.
Yeah, this is the first Gaiden chapter, and I think you get Riz here. And the way you unlock Gaiden chapters is either you have to fulfill some other requirements, or you beat the chapter within a certain number of turns, because Kirby wrecks all the turn counts ever for these, because this is a speed run. He doesn't need to pay attention to any of the other requirements, he just gets out of Gaiden chapters. And this one you get Riz, who's like a lyric that's invasion or whatever, priest. You just kind of let him die. Wow.
Nah, he's not dead yet. So, the placement of Avatar is actually a little bit important here, because there is going to be a reinforcement that spawns there, but we block it, so he doesn't spawn.
Yeah, Marth is pretty good to train in the speedrun. I think it happens in like almost every DSFE, because he always needs to get to the throne anyway. Sometimes it's nice to kill a boss with Marth, especially it's especially nice when you're warp skipping, I think, because if Marth can kill the boss on his own, that means you only need to use 1 warp use to get him over there. And that means you get to use warp more often in later chapters. And he also needs to kill the final boss, I believe, unless you can use TP for it.
Pala's so good, she's just... everything here is gonna suicide on her. So we got a good chunk of new units in the upper right corner. A lot of them are gonna be pretty useful, but the most important is Yumina, who comes with the rescue staff. And in this game, the rescue staff has infinite range. A lot of staves in this game have infinite range. So they're pretty OP.
Yep, faithful
infinite range? Holy.
The rescue staff teleports the unit from anywhere on the map next to Yumina, or whoever is using it. So in this case, it's used to get Marth closer to the throne, really a lot closer to the throne. I think it's like the canonical way to beat the chapter. It's like the designers wanted you to do it this way. They also get Sirius, who's like a better version of Aaron. I think he has better roads, better bases, better all around. Pretty good unit overall.
I'm still wrapping my head around the idea that infinite range.
This game is pretty broken.
Physic and Warp have infinite range too. I mean,
Physic, Warp,
the
Rescue have infinite range in this game. Again does too, and just another staff has infinite range. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Fortify?
Fortify does, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't think there's any stat that has like limited range, except like one range stats.
Thief has infinite range, which we'll explain that later. Another OP staff.
Not as OP as FE5 Thief staff though.
Alright, Steel Lance, Front Lance. So, Cavalier class actually has more move than the Pegasus Knight, so we're reclassing Pala into a Cavalier.
Oh, reclassing for this game.
Yep.
Yeah. The way reclassing works is every unit is within a certain class set. There's 2 for males, 2 different ones, and 1 for females. And they can swap around within that. If you beat the game once, I believe, males can swap between all the male class sets, but I don't think Kirby has unlocked that kind of file for this. It doesn't really matter.
You don't really need it.
Yeah, Cavalier and Flyer is all that
You don't
matters.
need like a transformation item or...
No.
No,
Well, okay, to
it's
promote, you need a map transformation, a promotion item.
Rip
But not
Rickard,
reclass.
First death.
Yeah, Rip card. Well,
has the memory
yeah, I
card.
think... No, there's the guy, Lena's brother, I don't remember his name, he also died.
Julian? Oh, or no, wait. That's the guy who married him. Spoilers. It's Matt.
Mathis, there we
It's
go.
not supposed to be nice, guys. It's war.
So there's
I think
2
in,
kills in this chat run so far, I think.
I think in the commentary that with Don on Shadow Dragon, he called Mathis Lena's sister. So it's not the worst errors anyone's ever made.
Alright, so Pala needs movement to snipe that thief up there because that thief is carrying a Master Seal, which we will be promoting Avatar next chapter. Because he will be hitting around level 19.
Scrub. I'm gonna wait till level 20.
But he's level 19, okay?
Okay.
No, you go to level
Close
20,
enough.
you get the full level bonus.
Yeah. George is in this map with like a group of really dangerous snipers, but they don't move unless you get really close or even attack them, so it's whatever. They can't join you yet.
Right, so we're getting these items called like Gemini or Taros and stuff. These are what we call the shards of the Star Sphere. The Star Sphere is one of 5 spheres you need to get the true ending. And there are 12 shards in the game, and you need to get all 12 of them to unlock the true ending.
Yeah,
So,
and every
yeah.
shard gives a tiny stat boost, just when it is in your inventory, which I don't know if that ever makes a difference for you.
It's nice,
but
it's very
pretty
useful. I'm gonna make a quick shopping trip to get a door key, because we actually want to use a door key near the end of the run.
Yeah, I imagine even small stat boosts from these items are fairly nice in a game like Fire Emblem, where stats that are more marginalized. You know, a small boost actually means big numbers in the end.
Yeah, especially if it's like speed. If, like a point of speed lets you double something, that means you do twice as much damage. Or if you get a point of strength, you do 2 more damage if you double. That can make a huge difference. But especially if like if it's
Defense is the most useful in the run, like extra defense.
Yeah, because every time you get hit by an enemy, that 1 defense can make a difference of 1 damage. So if you get attacked by like 10 enemies, that's 10 damage you're preventing.
Right, it's a straight 1-for-1 for defense.
Yeah, other stats aren't as big, I guess. I mean, luck can sometimes pull you out of being able to get a crit or something, but defense, strength, and speed are the big ones, I suppose.
Oh, he's not
Also,
level
I think you
19.
got the hammer and staff, right?
Yeah, I got the
hammer.
hammer and staff.
Yeah, which
Fixes
only
it.
Lena can use, and we don't have Lena yet.
Lena and Militia.
Oh yeah, Melissa can use it too, for some dumb...
Yeah, well, you can't get Lena in this game until the last chapter, so it's basically Militia.
Yep.
Okay, ooh, yeah, your defense kind of sucks.
I like it. Armor bonuses are so good. So,
As a backup strat, I'm giving Chris a pure water because his defense isn't good enough to tank everything at the end of this chapter. I think that should be it.
Kirby, pure water doesn't increase defense.
Alright, so we're gonna reclass Chris into a Wyvern Lord, because, you know, they're kind of OP. Because, you know, Fire Emblem speedrun, you need an OP flyer.
excuse me, it's called Draco Knight.
Draco Knight. There we go. Alright, so this chapter is kind of cool. So we're actually going to be spreading out a lot of units in this chapter. We have Sirius, who is reclassed into a freaking bishop, because bishops, we typically want to use Yumina to rescue staff, because we want to level her up and raise her staff rank. But, in this case, we really wanted one extra move from a promoted bishop. So Sirius is actually going to be the bishop that uses the rescue staff later.
Is his name actually Sirius, or is it like
Yes.
differently?
Yeah, it's like Sirius Black from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Written like that.
Oh, I thought like Sirius and like Sirius Sam.
It's with the U.
So Marth has the Fire Emblem, which lets him open up chests and doors for whatever reason. And he's going to get the Libra, which is, again, another Star Spear shard. And MU is going to go ahead and just
like one of the most far out of the way ones.
Yeah, it kind of is. And Pala is kind of trying to keep the path open for Sirius so he can warp Marth to the end when appropriate with the rescue staff. But if Chris has like enough defense, I think 18, then Chris, everything does base 0 damage to him at the end, even the boss. But that doesn't, so I use a Pure Water as a safety strat.
It is the greatest feeling in the world when you send a unit up against an enemy, they hit your unit, and all you hear is a tink.
Yeah, the tank is so good. Alright.
You hear the tank when you're doing map animations, right, in this game. That's pretty fun. But actually,
So
FE6 one is like Huang.
Well, tink is either the most satisfying noise in the world, or it's the most disappointed sound of the world.
Oh man, have eyes. Lang is a story important boss.
He's like the main antagonist of the first arc. He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
What? Okay. So, we're about to obtain Cancer. So just let that sink in. And Cancer is like the most useful shard because it gives you a +2 defense boost. That's actually very important. So
First time Cancer, first time Runner.
So Cancer is like the most useful item in this game.
Happy to watch Cancer being destroyed. My childhood.
Okay. This is a Gaiden
Thanks for
chapter.
everyone working behind the Cancer.
This is a really interesting
Interesting
Gaiden
vehicles.
chapter because we have such a tiny little map. But our goal is to seize, so we have to kill the boss. But what I'm going to do here is have Marth just stand here unequipped. This is to preserve consistent unit ordering, because there are 2 units on this map that will suicide themselves, and that will mess up some unit ordering if one of them dies.
Yeah,
So
they're
we're keeping
called
them alive.
Blue Sword and Iron Sword. They are very important units.
Alright, so in the chapter coming up, we're actually gonna use the rescue staff on Fina, who is the dancer of this game. Fina is incredibly useful, because she's a dancer, so that's self-explanatory.
Yep, gotta rescue her.
Yep.
I mean, she can also attack, but it doesn't really matter because her stats are really bad. It's better to just let someone else attack.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's nice if she has to defend herself, I guess, better than nothing, but it's not.
I mean, I can imagine there were actually spots where you would unequip her just to get her not a triangle disadvantage against lance enemies.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that,
face
yeah.
those. But then again, it also lets her avoid axe users. I don't know if that ever happens in the run, but it's a thing, I guess. The most important thing is really just letting Marth or my unit or whoever move again, so they get one turn of moving closer to the throne or the gate.
So,
Scorpion gets +2 speed.
Avatar, is actually gonna kind of take a vacation to the upper left corner of the map, because there is a thief that's carrying an angelic robe, which permanently boosts your HP. I'm gonna use that on Marth to help with survivability, because Marth's defense is not very good at the moment. I mean, he's gained 1 point of defense, which is better than 0, which I've seen him run in runs gain 0 defense, but it still sucks. So
is this something you only do if Marth's defense is trailing?
I always get it, even if good
Okay.
defense is unreliable. So we might see it. So because Marth's defense is really bad right now, we might see some resets coming up later on. It's gonna be kind of iffy.
Yeah, this game does have save points you could use to rig a level up.
Ooh. I'm talking to Wendell. Should I take the Bishop hat? Bishop hat or headband?
Headband, dude.
Headband, dude?
I would say headband, but
Hmm.
you know, if you say this more in advance, then maybe the Twitch chat.
Yeah,
comes.
I should say this farther up in advance.
Yeah. Do you know what
Okay.
the next one is?
I think the next one is Tiki Tiara?
Oh god, that's pretty far away.
That's pretty far off.
I'm gonna look at
See-
that.
Headband or...
I want to try on the bishop hat. I want to pretend.
Oh, you can try it on, of course.
I could try it on for
Yeah,
one
let us
chapter
try
and
it
then
on.
take it off.
Try it on.
I'm gonna try it on. Alright, so I think... Yeah.
I just want to see how ridiculous it looks.
It's not that bad. He's shaving his head one is kind of ridiculous.
There's another really ridiculous one. I forgot what it is.
Oh yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, I know what it is too. I remember too.
Angelic Grove. Convoy.
Imagine if you put on
Gemini.
Angelic Robe and that changes the avatar's looks. Or like Marth.
Okay, so Avatar may have some survivability issues in this map. Fortunately, I can just waste a turn and fall.
Everyone wants a bishop hat.
Bishop hat.
Jeff really wants a bishop hat, yeah.
This is what he looks
Yeah.
like. Look at the top screen. The bishop hat. The bishop hat.
It looks like it's superimposed. on
It's not as ridiculous as I remember.
Pala is actually kind
It
of
does-
lacking in strength. This might be a bit of an issue.
Maybe it's just me. It just looks like it's like copy pasted on his head. It doesn't look like he's actually wearing it.
It's probably because it is copy pasted on top of his head.
So there's a guy you can recruit in this chapter named Roger, but he just died. So too bad.
Rip.
Rip.
Roger.
Roger.
Bye, Roger. Roger that. Okay, so we're gonna recruit George. 'Cause he's the boss of the chapter, but it's better, easier, and more consistent to just recruit him. And Avatar's defense kind of sucks right now, so I'm gonna spend the next turn healing him because he needs to kill a general here that carries an arm scroll, which boosts your weapon. What is it? Weapon rank, which is gonna be used on the very last chapter of the run. So yeah, I guess we'll keep the bishop hat. People are liking it. No,
Harden's in this map.
yeah,
No,
Harden's
it's not
in the map, but we didn't do anything to him.
Can't really do anything to him anyway. It's invincible.
I wonder if we should have the bishop hat on or not.
Yeah,
Thinking
the chat
no,
really
we
wants the
should
bishop hat.
I think the chat wants the bishop hat.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
They do.
Take the bishop hat.
Okay, so
Sorry, you had that.
do I say no? I forgot what the prompt is. Do I say no?
Oh,
I think I say
God.
no. Yeah, I like to hold on to it. Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to say no to keep it. So
Why is
chapter
Fire
9
Emblem there?
is really cool. I'm gonna go through
I
this
like the whole
slowly.
one, Yeah.
Because it's one of the more complicated chapters. So new Pala.
Oh, is this a desert chapter?
This is the desert chapter. It's gonna
Yeah.
be really cool.
Oh, I love desert chapters. Wait,
I don't
no,
like
don't.
sand.
I don't like sand.
You don't say. Could you explain why?
No, it's coarse and rough and irritating. Yes, everything. Not like Kirby Master. Not like that. Not like
Okay.
this.
Not like this. So we're gonna sell our small bullions because we're gonna be doing some forging soon. Not this chapter, but soon. And get 15,000 gold. I'm gonna safety save just in case I do something wrong. Alright, so this is a desert chapter. What we're gonna do here is there is a thief that Pala is gonna snipe. This thief carries a droppable thief staff. The thief staff, what it does is it opens a chest at infinite range. So Pala's inventory was full, so she was able to send the thief staff to Convoy. Yumina can now take this thief staff from Convoy and then use it on this chest here. Yumina's inventory is full, and she got the boots from the chest, so she can now send the boots to Convoy. And now Marth can just grab the boots from Convoy and use the boots immediately.
Oh my god. Double convoy wolf.
Double Convoy warps for the win. So Marth, you really want to use the boots on Marth because most chapters are Cs, and you can't rescue in this game.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
speaking
you
of
can warp
rescue,
in some chapters, but it's like you don't get warp until like halfway through.
yeah.
So.
And we also use Milicia, who is the only character who can use the hammer and staff for whatever reason, and we used her hammer and staff on the rescue staff because we only had one rescue remaining. So what we did here is we used the thief staff again to get another star sphere shard, Capricorn, and we're gonna try to make Yumina move again because there's a lot of magic users on this map, and we want to use barrier on Chris because his resistance kind of sucks.
That saves a pretty big detour at the thief's
Yeah, and there's a guy here named Etzel. He's gonna die in enemy phase, FYI.
That's so please.
All these people are killing me. And killing them, apparently.
Isn't it faster to like have one range weapon?
Oh, you want to kill all the mages.
Oh, they would attack you next turn otherwise?
He would attack Yumina on her way, because Yumina now has the rescue staff, and she has to make a massive trek across the desert. Fortunately for her, she's a magic user, so she doesn't face any movement penalties in the desert. So, which is really nice.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, and Marth is making a trek to the upper right corner to recruit Minerva, who is an important unit later on. But since Marth is all the way across the map, we're gonna have Yumina use Rescue on Marth to warp him back to the throne.
Oh, and it's another Dragon Rider.
She's not used as much as you'd think, but she's pretty important for like 2 chapters later.
I like that Yumina can basically act as a surrogate Marth while Marth is going elsewhere. Saves you from moving him twice.
Yeah. Right. So this chapter, Marth can walk across water, which is very nice. And so that skips having to walk around the entire map coming up.
Marth is confirmed.
And there are 2 mages, one on your team, and one of them's the boss. But like, you can recruit the boss actually, but it's faster to just kill him.
I think the anime AI is kind of weird in this chapter. I think they stopped attacking if you recruit the boss or something. It's kind of strange.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you only played this game once.
Yeah, I'm actually not that familiar with this game. I just started to help drop the speedrun and put it together. And started speedrunning it because I'm a nerd.
How does that work? How do you route a game that you're barely familiar with?
I messed around with it a lot. Okay, chapter 10.
It also helps that Kirby has been playing Fire Emblem games a long time.
Okay, so there's a gimmick in this chapter. There are the boss is Roro, and there are 3 of them, and which one is the real one is random. But if you press L on the center right one, then the game will jump the cursor to the real Roro. So you can figure out which one is the real one just like that, without any form of manipulation, and then improv from there.
Oh, cool.
Just kill him off.
Yeah.
It's a pretty neat little trick that Beacon found.
Yeah, but to go back to how you picked up and learned this game literally in the last month, I always find it very interesting for people that speedrun this particular series, how after a while they just easily pick up a game that they've never played before, but because it's so similar to the other games in the series, it's like, oh, no problem.
I mean, if you know roughly how much time, say, saving a turn saves or whatever, and ESFP, like, if you know it in Shadow Dragon, you're probably pretty good at guarding straight to that kind of knowledge just kind of carries over because the engine is so similar.
Well, the core route was put together by Vegan. A lot of it wasn't really consistent with each other, so I had to like make some edits here and there to make sure it actually worked in one run. But yeah, the core route was from Vegan.
Why did he even make the route for this?
I don't know. It's on the unlisted playlist on YouTube. Need a Vulnerary, Silver Lance, and Junk. Take Master Seal.
Yes, Avatar has kept strength and speed now, right?
Yeah, that's actually very, very important to cap strength as soon as possible. Yeah, we're gonna promote Pala because she's actually useful as a secondary combat unit. It's only a little bit slower. Yeah. What do I need to do here? Oh yeah, Forge Javelin. Because Avatar is going to rely a lot on a Javelin, and it needs to be powered up and also have more consistent hit rates, so I'm going to spend a lot of money.
Who is this vast ship?
They really nerfed javelins and hand axes in this game. Like in FE7 and the FE11 even, hand axes and javelins have like acceptable might. It's like 1 or 2 below iron weapons. In this game they're like 3 and 4 might respectively, I believe. So they're a lot weaker.
Dang.
But if you forge them, they're still pretty powerful.
Okay. But yeah, only 3?
Yeah. It's a pretty smart nerf, I think. Because they really were too strong in the GBA games. Especially FE7, FE8. FE6 they have way too little hit.
This chapter is a little scary because there's a lot of powerful enemies, and there's also this chapter also introduces Wyverns, which are very powerful, and they have 12 freaking moves for whatever reason. So like you see all the red tiles, that is mostly the range of those Wyverns, and you don't even see them on screen. That's how scary they are. And Wendell will die instantly to anything, so yeah, and that happens. Thank goodness I saved after that base, but it happens.
think on Lunatic they also have one to range.
Really?
Yeah. The flying wyverns, of course.
That's legit.
I guess they're like
scary.
flying dragon mannequins. Yeah. But that also means you can counter them on enemy phase with the bow unit, which helps a lot.
Oh, interesting.
Or Excalibur if you want to. But it would hurt a unit like Avatar because they would no longer get to counter with like say a Dragon Spear. Also, there's desert items in this map, and unlike in the GBA games, you get to pick them up guaranteed.
Yeah, they're guaranteed. So there's a lot of items we're picking up right now.
Yeah, all stat boosters are really like super good.
A lot of them are stat boosters. I'm considering picking up a backup Draco Shield, but for Marth. But the problem is my avatar is really low on health, so.
So you might not live another turn before you get to pick it up. Is that the problem?
Right.
Yeah, I might not be able to survive another turn if I go for it.
I can understand you wanting it though. His defense is pretty low.
Marth's defense is really bad right now, so how can I make this work?
Would you have Physic?
I don't think I have Physic.
It's not on any units inventory anyway. Hey, Jake is here.
Yeah, Jake's here. We probably won't kill him. Probably.
They threw in like all kinds of random units in here that weren't in the original because they wanted the whole cast to return pretty much. The only people that return that aren't recruitable just die.
So this is kind of slow, but because I've never seen an MU take that much damage before. Avatar.
You know, when I'm watching this, the first word that doesn't come to mind isn't slow. So don't worry. We're good.
Okay, he should survive. He should be fine. Barely. Then Draco Shield back here. Ooh, that should be close enough. Yeah. Okay. And fun fact, if I had Wendell use the rescue staff on Marth would actually teleport to Wendell's right, which is actually not close enough to the throne. So I move Pala to Wendell's right to force Marth to teleport to Wendell's left.
Hey, you got it though. So,
Yeah, so-
pat you on the back.
We're good for now. Because this next chapter is like the scariest chapter in the run. Like you can die to anything because everything just does so much damage here.
I can't help but chuckle at just seeing the avatar now.
I know, it's so derpy.
Stack all the things on top.
So Marth is actually going to take 2 secret books because it increases his skill by 4 total. And his hit rate with the Worm Slayer is kind of iffy because Worm Slayer is just not accurate in general. So take those stat boosters for safety. Cap strength. He needs cap strength now. Marth needs the Draco Shield, so I'm going to use that now.
Well, if he's gonna use it anyway, might as well do it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Your god only had 9 defense.
Yeah, that seems pretty scary.
It sounds like somebody with a big axe says, "Hope you can dodge."
Marth can still die with 11 defense. Like, if 11 defense is actually just about average right now, so that's how bad it is.
I know, but at least it's not as bad.
I think he's gained only 1 point of defense out of 15 levels. That's pretty bad. His defense goes 30%, I think, in this game. So, since defense is so bad, I'm gonna have MU Avatar take another hit to protect Marth a bit.
These dragons have so much strength and defense.
They have.
Really annoying.
They're so scary. Very easy for Avatar to die. I'm
This game
actually
also has
gonna,
ambush bonds with these dragons. Like, damn.
yeah, I'm gonna actually spend an extra turn healing just because I'm not taking risks. Then there's like a trigger point in this map where more reinforcements spawn, but I'm avoiding that intentionally until I actually start moving forward a bit. So. Okay. And Chris really wants cap strength because cap strength guarantees he can one-shot the Swordmaster. The Swordmaster has 11 sword, which deals magic damage. And if Chris gets hit by that magic sword, his chance of surviving goes drastically down.
Oh, your resist is at 5. Yeah.
His fire resistance is actually pretty good, honestly. Like, for Avatar, because the resistance grows like 5% or something.
Oh.
He's gained like 2 points, I think.
That's actually pretty crazy for that.
There's not a star shard here, right?
Yeah,
On the right.
there is.
It's on the dragon, I think, or in the chest?
It's
Oh,
dragon.
it's in the dragon. Okay.
Because
I think in the original it's in the chest, and I missed it the first playthrough.
Oh dang. Take another vulnerary. Use it. So Katria is actually deployed on this map for one reason: to lure a Wyvern away from Marth. She actually survives though. Like she barely survives. So for people who don't like seeing people die, be happy because she will not die. Marth will die if the
You
Wyvern.
killed Daros, though.
Kill Daros, yeah. Daros is dead.
Rip.
Rip Daros. Okay, yeah, so that is the scariest chapter in a run. You can see why I took it very safely.
Flying dragons.
Flying dragons
reinforcements.
everywhere. Oh my goodness.
I mean, at least it's normal mode, so you don't have these ambush spawns on enemy phase.
Yeah.
I kind of mentioned ambush spawns earlier, but they aren't actually in normal mode, thankfully. They are in the harder difficulties, though.
Chris, trades, javelin. Whoops, wait.
Yeah, this whole saga is like Marth running Anri's way, which is the place where dragons are, so that he proves that he's worthy of whatever binding shield gimmicky thing the story gives him. Whatever he needs to kill the big bad dragon at the end. So that's why he needs to prove that it's worthy.
I call it
A bunch of dragons. Sorry, come again?
the plot device.
Plot device is your whole game is plotted around it.
So Pala, we're about to see some General Pala.
Oh my god.
What? Her role is to lure the left enemies away from our other units. Keep them busy.
So does the snow actually slow you down similar to the desert?
No, it does not.
It's just
Okay.
cosmetic. It's just cosmetic.
It's pretty.
Even as a general, though, Pala can die pretty easily if you're not careful from the stupid wyverns. Like, she took almost no damage just now, but I'm still healing her because wyverns are that dangerous to her.
Yeah, ice dragons are no pushovers either. I forgot how they differ from fire dragons, but I just know they hit really hard.
They do hit hard. Okay.
I know they walk across water, and there's some reinforcements in this chapter that if you, again, I think it's like crossing a certain line or tile will make them come, make it hard to seize.
What's your range?
So it's
That
kind
is
of hard
not
to take it.
good.
Yeah. They hit on defense, but then there's also all these sorcerers that hit on
Marth might die.
resistance.
He didn't die, okay. There was a wyvern that was in range of Marth, and Marth would have died if he didn't dodge, because he would take like 20 damage. But oh my goodness. How am I gonna manage this? Let's see. Well, I mean, you have 14 attack, 4 damage. Block you off. Keep the javelin equipped. I need to heal you. I've never done this before. I'm completely improving this. Need to heal you. You are safe.
I'm on stream. Kirby's screwing up.
Oh
Not screwing
god.
up if it works out.
Oh god, I completely forgot about that.
Oh man. Yeah, these are reinforcements.
I forgot about the
Oh.
reinforcements. This might be an issue.
You might be boned here.
I think I can make this work. I have to get lucky though. I think I need another
Please
weapon.
dodge.
I think I'll take the killer lance. How much damage attack you have? 26. Marth's gonna take 12 damage. So MU should kind of be fine. Oh, Marth will get surrounded if he stays there though. There's a dragon
Yeah, or he
behind
has to
him.
like.
So he needs to go. I'm gonna put him in a force tile.
Are you gonna unequip?
I probably should have unequipped. We'll see what happens with this.
'Cause I assume you need more uses on that Worm Slayer.
Yeah, I know I do. Completely forgot about that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Really?
very unlucky.
Nope. Sorry, dude.
Use Roy.
Should have used Roy. Might be overestimate for this
where
run,
it's at.
but eh.
Not like this.
Not like this. Not like this.
Well, at least you get to keep those Wormslayer charges.
You don't get another one, so that's actually that's probably for the best because you really need every use of the Wormslayer. You end with like I think 2 uses left.
You gotta kill so many dragons in this game. It's almost like it's a Fire Emblem game.
I know. I wonder if I can take one of these to help Marth out.
So what really went wrong last round? What was what caused unexpected things to happen?
Avatar just took way too many hits. His defense isn't like amazing either, so it's kind of eh. Not much I can do about that. Which is why I have Pisces equipped, so he can pieces equipped, so he can take like 2 hits. I mean, magic hits a little bit better.
Yeah, being defense screwed on both units seems pretty harsh because you take so many hits in this game.
Yeah.
You can't really dodge.
Dodging, tanking is not reliable in this game. This might be another death here.
At least it will be a quick death.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to figure out... I've never seen the Wyverns do this, actually. You're supposed to go after Pala, not Marth, so... It's really iffy. Let me see if I can make this work. I think it's because... I don't know, maybe Pala's defense is too high or something. Or maybe I need to move Pala higher.
I mean, the AI in these games really wants to do damage rather than worry about being countered. So maybe that changes the way they expect. I don't know. You would think you would see this happen before because their defense is like shaky.
I've seen low defense Marth and Avatars, and this has never happened before, so we're gonna see what happens.
So it's just marathon then.
Marathon luck, yeah. Okay.
You really not have a physic?
No, you don't. Yeah, that would have been... Okay, maybe I can move Pala... What's your range?
Stupid Ice Clan.
This chapter is really silly. Okay. So we're gonna see what happens here. Where'd the Wyverns go? They still went up. Ugh, really? Okay.
Dodge.
Just dodge.
Game, please.
Get lucky.
Never lucky.
You're even closer than before. I don't think I can actually avoid this with Martha. Let's see, how am I gonna make this work? I'm gonna have Pala kill off the Shaman so she can still keep tanking.
I like that she doubles even as a general.
Yeah, Pala's just so fast. Okay. Yes, I think I'm gonna keep my unit down here. Take out the Wyverns. He should survive.
Maybe it's just saying you should hold back and not proc reinforcements for a bit.
I forgot to heal Marth. Crap. We'll see what happens. Okay, the Wyverns are dead. I have a vulnerary that I can use to heal MU right now. I can plant him here.
People are enjoying the improv.
Oh, I'm gonna go way overestimate from this.
Live routing.
Live routing done. Okay, well, Pala's fine. We don't need to worry about her. Okay.
Still under AGDQ at 8 run. First done, so don't worry.
Okay, I think we should be good now. Kill this guy here. I don't have enough steel lance pieces.
Did the guys move normally this time?
Wait, how many silver lances do I have? Am I okay with that? Yeah, no, I'm fine with silver lances. I can use the silver lance here, so... maybe I should have healed him once. I did not heal Marth again, I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness. I'm being really stupid. I need to think this through more carefully.
Pitfalls.
Pitfalls!
You got pitfalled.
I got pitfalled badly. It's okay, we were ahead of schedule, so we're okay. For now. Panicking a little bit, to be honest, but hey.
I mean, is there a reason not to just spam vulneraries every turn?
I should have, I just didn't think about it. For some reason. Yeah, I think I'm gonna prioritize using vulneraries. And to equip the pieces.
we're doing decent well on time-wise schedule. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're only shooting yourself in the foot. You are the finale.
I am the finale, so I'm the one shooting myself in my foot. So I can take this with Marth. That should help a bit.
Kirby Masters is making sure that people don't miss the first 5 minutes of Radiant Dawn.
Yeah.
I'll keep Marth back just for then.
So, how was your day?
Yeah, how was your day?
Kirby, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Who is your favorite Fire Emblem character, and why is it Magoo?
Cats? Magoo?
Yes.
Goku has better defense than this avatar.
Yeah. You take. Oh goodness. Let me heal up again. Just to be safe. Alice fine. Marth will hang back and heal again.
You know, if you're having trouble, I can always go to GameFAQs and find a walkthrough for you.
Okay, so what is your range?
Yeah, this one says that you should not promote until at least level 20.
Mine says you shouldn't have used pre-promotes. Because now you're on level.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so Marth should be able to reach the throne from that tile. And I can Silver Lance because I have Silver Lance spare, so I should be okay. Marth's out of range of the Shaman. Or whatever. This should work. Oh,
You vulnerable to speedrun. IRS.
oh right, there's a throne. There's a throne movement penalty on the throne, so I can't finish the chapter immediately. Go ahead and heal up.
It's only one level early. Not like this. Just
like
sees
this.
with the avatar. He's the Lord anyway. He's always taking over for Martha's story anyway, so it's fine. Sees with the avatar. Shove him.
If I use a javelin, you one-shot him. So you don't take damage back. I can kill you with the javelin. 15-15. I can finish you on.
Those people.
Oh, okay. I think I could. Marth has to be closer though.
Will there be a video of the whole marathon?
There will be Twitch VODs, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. You can find any VODs from that are streamed on RPG Limit Break will also be available on YouTube. There is an RPG Limit Break channel on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Everyone subscribe.
Yes, you should. You should also go back and watch other VODs that were uploaded on that channel, like the Fire Emblem run that Kirby Master did, where I consistently butchered Amelia's name.
Okay. Glad I thought of the Silver Lance trade with Marth. Oh, that was
Nice.
Oh my goodness, because MU does not finish off that Ice Dragon with the normal javelin, so that was really scary. But finally out of that French. Oh my goodness.
Would have been funny if the Ice Dragon blocked you anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd clap for that, but you would not hear that.
Okay, I'm just making sure my inventory is good. So I have a Silver Lance replacement. I need another Steel Lance. I can merge it, I guess. I don't think it should matter, but just in case. Merge Javelin. Give you that Javelin back. Okay. Okay. So this is a Gaiden chapter. It's a route chapter. Pala's back to being a paladin. Paladin.
Paladin.
Paladin.
What's a paladin?
Pal? What a pal.
It's like a Wyvern rider that can fly. Oh hey, Ballistance.
This is a Fog of War map, but it's Route Chapter 2, but like everything just dies because Pala and my unit are kind of OP.
Yeah, the problem isn't really that you don't know where the enemies are, but rather that you can't attack an enemy that's hidden in fog. So
Yeah, which is why Minerva and Marth, their role is to give us vision. So.
Hey, if there was dragons in that fog, you'd be concerned.
Oh god.
Would there be a sign that says beyond here are dragons?
There be dragons here.
Okay. Marth gives Sirius Wormslayer. Sirius will reclass to a Swordmaster. There's a lot of reclassing in this run. It's pretty cool. And how much strength does Pala have? 18 strength, she's good. So Pala needs 17 strength to 1-hit KO a thief with Steel Lance. She sometimes can't double him, which is kind of important to note. So this chapter is cool. So what we're gonna see, we're gonna end this chapter in one turn. We're gonna do like 4 things in this one turn on this chapter. So I'm gonna try to go through a little slowly. But there's a thief here who's carrying a warp staff, and Pala's inventory should be full. So we're gonna send that warp staff to Convoy. And then Yumina is gonna grab the warp staff from Marth, and then use the warp staff on Marth, and warp him to this tile up there. Warp has infinite range. FYI. Then you need to wait on this tile to get the Star Sphere. This is where the game checks if you have all 12 Star Sphere shards or not. And if you do, then you get the Star Sphere. And because reasons, you also get the Light Sphere, which is the second of the 5 spears of the Binding of the Shield. But that's not the end of the chapter, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Avatar is going to go ahead and kill this thief for the large bullion, because we need the money. And then Wendell has the rescue staff, so what he's going to do is use the rescue staff on Marth to warp him all the way back to our starting point. Fina is going to let Marth move again. Oh, I actually screwed this up. Actually, no, I can improv this. I can improv this. This works out. Marth's supposed to be one higher up, but I fixed it. So Militia is going to trade the warp staff from Yumina and then use warp on Marth. Marth is actually in the wrong tile, but I worked out an improv trade to fix it. And Marth is now at the end of the chapter. But before I end the chapter, Rice, who is another staff user, is going to use the thief staff and open the chest next to Marth, which contains a staff called Again, and we will explain what that does near the end of the game, because that's where it's used and is incredibly OP.
So we're not getting Tiki then?
Nope. But
well, it's gonna be fun against Medias.
We're gonna try on the tiara. Tiara.
Put it on top of the Popat?
I don't know how that works. I never tried everything.
I think he does actually.
This is what the tiara looks like. Sir, the war count.
Shall see.
Thank you, Chris. Huh? What happened to your hair?
Okay, never mind.
This dialogue is so good though when you try on these things. Okay, so this is where the speedrun gets kind of fun, for lack of a better word. So I need to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. So barrier for thief again.
I love this crossover between Team Fortress 2 and Fire Emblem with all these hats.
I forgot to do a repositioning. I need to restart that.
This map is all original, I believe. Not just the original, but like Shadow Dragon. Like you start at a different point. Or rather, the layout is kind of different. Enemy layout.
Nope, actually wrong. Just wrong staff user. This game has way too many staff users, and you actually need like a lot of them. Not sure if I want to know what the time is right now, but I'll worry about that some other time. But yeah, fortunately, if you position your avatar correctly, you can just snipe the boss without doing any fancy stuff.
I'll give you a hint, Kirby. The time is bad.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, and warp. End chapter.
I mean, at least now you have the light sphere for the 2 stats.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. So Pala needs... How much strength does Pala have? 18.
Or rather, the Star Sphere.
This chapter is kind of cool because the gimmick in this chapter is that the enemies set up a trap where if you go to the treasure room, they unlock and raid and like surround you. But that's also the only way to get to the throne. So first of all, Pala is gonna go ahead and try to snipe a thief. There's a thief that gives another one of those spheres that we need. And we have Yumina open up a chest with the thief staff. We get a bullion, which is for money, but also we open up the chest and that makes the game think, oh, well, we just entered the treasure room, so we're gonna open up the throne room, and that just completely broke this chapter.
Yeah, because the idea is like, oh, the thieves got into the treasure room, so we gotta get them.
So now the throne room's open, so what we're gonna do is warp, let Yumina move again, and then warp Marth. So double warp.
Thick strats.
You know, I see less warps than Mario Brothers.
That's gonna change soon, you know.
Yeah, we just entered warp zone.
We just entered the warp zone. Alright, so this is a gaiden chapter, and we're actually gonna kill our old friend Katarina, who betrayed us a while ago. Is that Bible Thumps? Get your Bible Thumps ready.
I feel for this character I know nothing about.
And we equip him with the we equip Chris with the javelin, and if all goes well, everything should just melt. Okay. So we're kind of doing some money management here again, and we got 2 large bullions, which sell for 10k gold each, and we actually need every single bit of that. And we're also going to forge a silver lance to get 2 extra might. That actually matters a lot because that lets us 4-hit KO a boss, 2-hit KO a boss coming up with cap strength. Whoops, yeah, that's correct. So we're gonna hammer into warp so we have more warp pieces again. Fix it. And Rice is carrying a door key. He's gonna open up a door in a totally safe spot. The only reason Rice is used to open a door is because he's just conveniently right next to our warper. He's gonna be sacrificed. And we recruit 2 units, the boss and the character next to the boss. And Rice is dead. Just raise your Bible thumbs.
Oh.
Another person died.
Yeah, we totally didn't kill off 2 units in this map.
Funny thing is, if you kill like the allied enemies here, then these guys won't join you. If you already recruited them, then they will break ties with you and become enemies again.
I'm just gonna assume that Kirby Master just killed off my favorite character. Every time.
Our one true savior, Chris.
So we need to visit the village coming up to get the 4th sphere, but there's 1 more left that we need to get to the true ending. Yeah.
Then together they go on the Shield of Seals. That will make Marth totally OP Kappa.
So, do the spheres do anything similar to what the zodiac signs do?
They do, some of them.
Yeah. The Star Sphere is like the combination of all the zodiac signs, I guess. It gives like +2 in all 3 stat. The Geosphere, it raises the critical rate of all allies within a 3 square radius by 10, which is kind of random. And the other game, I think it like lets you hit every enemy for like 20 damage on the map, every unit impact. Light Sphere restores 20 HP at the beginning of every turn. And the Light Sphere negates the Dark Sphere, which is what's keeping Hardened invincible. And also negates enemy terrain bonuses, which is pretty nice for boss kills because they get like gate bonuses. And then there's the Dark Sphere, which of course negates enemy attacks, period, unless they have the Light Sphere. And that one is on Harden, so that's the one we don't have yet. I did not totally, so.
Close that wiki page. No, wait, actually, you're probably on GameFAQs still, because you're...
Okay, so this is, I believe, this chapter 20 coming up is the last main chapter.
Finally,
we get a physic, which is actually used for the last chapter. But yeah, this is where we fight Harden. We're gonna do a double warp. Surprise, surprise. Warp both Avatar and Marth.
Harden is hard.
Well, that physic would have been nice about 4 chapters.
It would have been nice a while ago, but this is our last thief use actually. Raise your Babble Thumbs for thief. Thief is now broken, and we use it to get another again staff, which we haven't used yet. We're gonna get to that soon.
Oh, sick.
I find it so ironic that there's a thief staff for clerics.
Yeah, I know.
Great, I love it.
Oh, use it for good. Nice crit.
Yeah, that crit actually saves time with the animations. But yeah, we just get the Dark Sphere, which now we finished the Binding Shield and can proceed to the last few chapters of the true ending. That's the category all chapters. Unfortunately, only Marth can equip the Binding Shield, which kind of is annoying.
It's like his promo bonus.
Yeah, it's like his promotion bonus, yeah.
If you thought Roy promoted late, look at Mark.
Okay, this is the last Gaiden chapter, I believe, so we need a Javelin.
This chapter is the worst.
This chapter, a lot can go wrong. It's pretty consistent with what I have. Like, I have backup strats for a lot of stuff. We're actually going to promote Yumina. Yumina has just hit level 10, barely. And we've had to want to use her as much as possible to raise her staff rank, because the Again staff is a B rank staff. By promoting her, you gain plus 30 staff experience, which barely lets her hit B rank. And that's going to be very important for this chapter, and most chapters for the rest of the game. So what we're going to do here is have Pala. You can't warp to something you can't see, so Pala is going to give us vision to one single tile. And then the Avatar is going to fly up there, Pure Water up to help survive, because he can die pretty easily. And then we're going to use the last Hammer and Staff on the warp. Okay, so... and then on the second turn, there's a chance that a sniper blocks your way, and, like, that wastes a good chunk of time, but there are backups for that. Unfortunately, I got really unlucky and just got hit, like, every time, which you can't really do much about except try again. Even though I pure watered for that reason to help him survive, but that wasn't enough.
Another reset by Kirby. What a shock. I kid. This is obvious. You know, I'll give credit to the runner here. This is a non-manipulated run, so there is that variance with every chapter.
Okay, so the Again staff allows another unit to move again, and it has infinite range. So it's basically... Oh, I messed that up
Like a
actually.
ranged dance, yeah.
It's basically a ranged dance, but you have limited uses on it, so it's pretty OP. And Martha's up there. We're gonna kill off the boss because we moved Avatar twice in one turn thanks to the Again staff.
The staff is just called Again.
It's just called Again. Well, in the English fan translation, it's called Again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wonder
remember.
what the official name for it would be.
Probably
Okay.
OP. Please don't use.
We actually removed it from the English translation.
Removing the localization.
It's too
No
OP.
face padding. No against that.
Ooh, I mixed up Minerva and my units. Oops. It's kind of a significant mistake.
Same stats anyway. It's fine.
They have the same stats anyways. Okay, and I think that should be everything I need to do for now this turn. So, Avatar can miss the boss, but as a backup strat, I can just use the Again staff instead to have another chance of hitting him, the boss. So, it's kind of nice. So, warp Marth across. Hope that I did not equip him with a Javelin. That's okay. I'm supposed to use Javelin, but... Again comes to the rescue. Again.
Wait. Rescue staff, Kirby. Make up your mind.
Again! A lot went wrong in this run. Some things I've never seen before, and me not improving very well, but oh well, it's not the end of the world.
Some things went wrong again.
Again. We're almost done. We have 3 chapters left, and they're all gonna probably be very fast.
At least you didn't, like, have to restart a chapter where you constantly kill the character on over and over and
Oh
over.
my goodness.
Death counter inflation. I mean, Kirby runs are like death counter inflation anyways.
Yeah.
So we had, we warped an avatar to open up a door, and then Marth has the Worm Slayer, so he can 2-hit KO the boss with the Worm Slayer. Wow, this Marth has gained 1 point of defense this entire run. Remember, that 11 defense is because of a Draco shield. Remember, keep that in mind.
You can get like 15.
And then we use again on Marth, so he can just move again after killing the boss and seize.
He's a glass cannon. In every sense of the word.
Fortunately, his defense doesn't really matter anymore, because every enemy phases will not happen for the rest of the run. So raise your Bible thumbs soon, because Nagi is about to die. I'm gonna warp Nagi into a random spot. The boss actually moves to attack Nagi, and Nagi will die for the sake of moving the boss off the throne.
No, dude, please.
And then we'll warp Marth up to the throne, and then just finish.
You're just mad that you can't win against Garnet.
Right, last chapter is coming up. We're actually gonna reclass Avatar to the Swordmaster. Because Draco Knight, even at capped speed, he cannot double attack a boss. So we need him to be a Swordmaster. Because Swordmasters are fast. So, and this is the chapter where we're gonna use an arm scroll, so he can use a silver sword.
Oh, so you can wield a better sword.
Yeah.
Well, for a bonus, right? Oh, silver sword. What? Sick. Silver sword strats.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's because the Worm Slayer doesn't work against Medius. It's pretty dumb.
RNG manipulation just doesn't work in this game in general, because like there's the random seed you get as random, and it's also frame perfect, and there's like 3 or 4 checks that just makes it pretty much impossible according to Verdath. So it's you pretty much cannot manipulate this game at all.
You got like 135 gold left. Buy a Katie bar or something. It is 0.
Okay, so this final chapter has an interesting gimmick. There are 4 priests around the boss. If you kill the boss while a priest is alive or not recruited, then the boss will actually eat that priest and heal. So we're gonna recruit 2 of them and kill 2 other ones. So we recruited I forgot her name actually. Well, we're killing Lena.
Recruiting. This is Nina.
With Siri, yeah.
And
We're recruiting Nina and killing Lena.
Yes.
And fortunately, all these priests, when you recruit them, can use the rescue staff. So we're gonna warp up Minerva next. Minerva is gonna recruit her sister, and then kill off Marth's sister. Say goodbye to Marth's sister.
And kill in the same turn. It's pretty convenient.
Yeah, it's very nice. So fortunately,
It's very nice that you can just kill a sister in the same turn. Very nice.
fortunately, Minerva's sister can also use rescue. So we're gonna warp Avatar back up, and then attack the boss and hopefully get a crit. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Unfortunately, no crit, but we have the again staff. And if we got hit, we actually could use the physics staff to heal as well. So, actually works out nicely. So time will be coming up soon, as an FYI. You're totally not going to be overestimated with this. But it happens. Time.
Happens to some of us.
It happens.
Some more than others. But it's fine. It was a good run.
I'd like to say it was entertaining.
It was certainly entertaining.
Yes.
It was an entertaining run that took 1 hour and 13 minutes and 25 seconds.
13 minutes overestimate. Well, glad that we had some leeway with that.
Yeah, all things considered, we are on schedule.
We're just on
Good job,
schedule.
Kirby.
Good job,
We're
me,
just
for...
on schedule.
We used to be ahead of schedule, now we're on schedule.
Yes. My plan with the marathon was that if we were like at least 30 minutes ahead at the end of this run, I would do a Shadow Dragon run to fill in time, but unfortunately,